Hi there, everybody. How's it going? I hope you're doing very well indeed. This is myself, Matty Tomato. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. Welcome back to our Prison Architect playthrough here with the female prison. Things are going good so far. We did, however, have our first death. It was a murder, actually. A lady failed a parole hearing down here. We didn't have enough guards, and she managed to kill her parole. It wasn't the teacher. It wasn't the lawyer. It was the parole hearing person. I can't remember what the can't remember what the name is. But anyway, so we had our first murder. It was our second major incident, really. We had an incident over here that was, well, it wasn't major, but we had a lady over here kick off because she didn't like being searched. But apart from that, we're doing okay. We have completed the low variety, low quantity meals thing for the inmate nutrition research, which is one of the most horrible ones. So now we're just lining up some more cells. Right. Look into that in a minute as to how I'm actually going to design that. Because I don't yet know. Actually, here's what we could do. Let's get some solitary cells in here. Right, hang on a minute. Let's build up from this side as well. Because that could also be a solitary cell on the corner there. So that would be quite helpful. But what I was actually thinking was some sort of like little, like, or, well, not so small, but some sort of common room up here. Yeah, and just do it like that. So it's still a good number of prisoners. There's a nice big bunch of solitary cells here. Could have maybe done some luxury cells here in the middle with a few extra bits. Might have been slightly better. Because I don't think we need that many solitary cells. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Demolish walls, demolish walls. Yeah, do a couple of, like, slightly better cells in the middle there. That'll be okay. Cool. Right. So we'll increase our capacity, and then we'll have some sort of common room up here. We'll make this into a common room. So technically they're going to be 2 cell blocks. Ah, no, that's not really going to work then, is it? Because I don't want this to be 2 cell blocks. I want this to be 1. Right, no, we won't have this as a common room then. Jesus, this is where the pre-planning is actually much more helpful. So if we do that, we could then have something like that instead, and then we could build another cell in there. That's better. So a few like slightly bigger cells, so that there might be different gradings there. Obviously, we're not using the gradings, but nonetheless, a couple of bigger cells, just in case we decide to do so, is not going to hurt too much actually. So, okay, right. So we want lights at various intervals in and around here. I suppose you should probably do the electrical cable actually. So let's run that through to here then, and we'll do this. That'd be better. Okay. So we've got the electrical cable. How are we doing? Yeah, we're doing fine. Good. We should have enough room down there for power. That's great. Of course, yeah, Featherstone over here is, of course, in the holding cell. So technically, that is a giant cell just for her. because obviously, yeah, she's max sec at the moment. We might eventually build an area dedicated to max sec. I feel like that might be quite good. Either that, or we just make the whole prison into medium/max sec, and we sort of distribute accordingly, and we have a few armed guards kicking around. To be honest, if she's the only max sec prisoner at the moment, so I don't really mind having her mixing with the general population. That's okay. She's still a bit angry, but otherwise she's very well fed. So yeah, she might not kick off. To be honest, she might be okay. So I'll leave her alone for now. Right, so beds. Let's get a few beds in here then. Let's make sure we can actually see the whole thing here. There we go, so then I don't have to scroll. Right, so how do we want to do this then? I think we'll do the beds at the back. I will rotate these around though, that's going to be a bit better. Ah, there's one thing I've actually forgotten to implement in some of these cells, and I'll do that in a bit actually. No, that is correct. What am I doing? There's an extra little thing that can make prisoner comfort a little bit more, and that's the pillow. It is the soft pillow. There it is. It actually improves the cell's grading and makes it a little bit nicer for prisoners. So I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be really nice. We're going to give out some soft pillows here. We're not really running a prison, you know. We're running a hotel. This is yeah, very much a hotel. So okay, we'll do that. Since we do have our max sec prisoner, it might be worth deploying a guard in the holding cell. Just to be sure. I think actually what I will do, we have the money. Let's go up to 25 guards here. That would be a good shout, actually. She is honing her skills. Yeah. Because you murdered somebody, you're just checking now that you can definitely punch someone else to death. Although she actually did have a saw, so... yeah, it's kind of on me, really, that I don't have any metal detectors around. So, to be quite honest, it was partly my fault that happened. Because, obviously, I didn't have enough guards deployed, but also, yeah, didn't have a metal detector or anything to screen for saws. Obviously, she wouldn't have got one anywhere else other than having it thrown into the area as contraband, because you don't have a workshop. So, yeah. All right, I'll accept responsibility. Jesus. Okay, this one's going to have to be laid out slightly differently. Shower at the end of the bed. Ugh. Put that in the wrong place and I accidentally deleted the toilet as well. I've just done the same there as well, so we'll have to put the toilet back. Right, so toilets, there we go. Shower heads. Actually, I could have just cloned the... why didn't I do that? I could have just cloned the cells, couldn't I? Oh well. The existing ones over here. Should have just cloned them. That would have saved some time. Oh well, right. Bookshelf. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So these are just the basic cells. We could put some windows in on some of these cells here as well, which we probably should do. And then there. Good. Of course, in escape mode, extra units in the cells means more things to destroy. So, potential for extra rep points. Right, so what are the extra things I want to put in the other ones? I think I don't want to do too much extra, but to be honest, maybe something like a chair. Tell you what, a sink and mirror. So something extra in there. I don't think... Does a sink and mirror actually affect the cell grade? It does. Sink and mirror. My god, I didn't know that. Okay. So that's useful to know. Right, utilities then. So water. Luckily, we've got most of the pipe work already here, so we can just go ahead and draw that around there. And then, yeah, we'll just continue with the pipes as we have been doing. Down to here like this. Of course, here we have to build extra. Run that down there, actually. That would be a good idea. There. There, because you don't have to build that any further over. It's just easier to build lines of pipes, to be honest. It's not good in general because it's easy to tunnel along, but ultimately these large pipes are all within this wall area here, so it's still very difficult to tunnel out here because of the design, because we're building all the cells in the middle. So that's the only reason why I'm quite happy to extend the pipes quite long here, because otherwise tunneling out here is quite easy. But then once you're here, if you're going to keep going, you've got to dig all the way underneath the canteen under the foundations, which takes ages. And all I need to do is just run a dog in and around here. So I'll run the dogs in and along here like this. So if you're tunneling there, you will be caught. Yes, I know. Yes, Mr. Psychologist, I know. I know you're pissed at me because you didn't get your coat stand, but please stop complaining. Early release prisoner! We actually had our first early release prisoner. Fantastic. That means the parole hearing went well and they were released, so that's pretty much paid for the past 10 parole hearings. So that's good. Very, very happy about that. Okay, prisoners are in a good mood here. In general, they've still got some pretty big needs, but the thing is, they all have the well-fed status, so they're very happy. They've got a lot of food. They're happy about that. So the cooks obviously are overworked, but otherwise yeah, looking okay. We should also install the door servos over here. So that the door control system can then obviously look at those. Now, this thing here is not doing anything at the moment. We don't have any CCTV, so maybe we could install some. Not sure. Not too sure. So I'm debating. Obviously, I want to get the laundry up. Laundry and the chapel are currently the two priorities. After that, I want to get the classroom for two reasons. One, I want to run the foundation education program, and two, I want tasers. Now, for that, we'll need an armory. So I'll probably need to build another security hut or something down here. Maybe even in here, I'm not sure. I'll need to build another security. Otherwise, looking fairly okay. We should probably have a door there eventually as well, so that patrols can get in and around out here. That will probably be a good idea going forward. Because at the moment that's a full way out, and that's just not being used for anything. But obviously, what we will do is we'll pave it all up, so we'll make it a really fast way in and around. So rather than, so say a workman wanted to build something over this way, rather than walking through here, which at the moment is quicker, rather than walking through here and interacting with prisoners, they can instead walk around here, and they don't have to interact with prisoners. Because we can deploy it to be access only. So people will try to avoid access-only zones. So what I will do is I will I'll implement some access-only areas, and we got others direction. Yeah, here we go. To non-prisoners on which way to go. So what we could do is we could say from the deliveries, run around here, so that convinces these guys that they need to use those areas instead. So we could do that, so that staff members and workmen will actually go around that way instead of walking through the general population. So that would be a better approach. Right, we should do another toilet search. In particular down here, I've noticed that this lady here is not sleeping. So search those toilets there, if you will. Also, can we search this one? Oh well. Right, we found some poison over here. No doubt that's come from the infirmary, so that's where a dog would be brilliant. Yeah, needles as well. You've definitely stolen that from the infirmary. Some drugs down here. Haven't done a shakedown yet. We really should. Yeah, we should really do. Yeah, poison. People are nicking stuff from the infirmary. So, yeah, we're going to need to have a dog up here for sure. It'll also capture things coming in through reception, so that would be a pretty good place to put a dog. But ultimately, we're also going to have dogs deployed in the cell blocks. We'll have one just randomly walking around in each cell block. And then we'll also have them outside. So we're going to go ham on the dogs. We're going to have lots and lots of dogs. They cost quite a bit, but they're going to be worth it, certainly for patrolling around here. And pretty much what we'll do is with the patrol out here, I think we'll just have a giant patrol all the way around and just allocate like loads of dogs to the patrol so that they just constantly walk up and down and in and around here. But we could do it per cell block as well if we wanted to. So we could say have a dog patrol this bit here, have a dog patrol this bit here, and then a dog patrol this bit here. That's potentially something we could do as well. That might be better, just so they don't have to trundle as far. We should also consider, obviously we've got a staff room over here, but we should consider maybe building another staff room in this area. I think that's going to be a good idea as well. So a staff room here. So do we actually want to do the armory and security over this way? Do we do the armory over here? So maybe bring the path across, mess around with that, build the armory. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Entirely, yeah. Bring the path in here, go to the front here, have the security here, and then the armory at the back, so that it's really, really difficult to get to. I like to see, the thing is, the armory is difficult to get to anyway, but the single thing I think about is escape mode. And how I need to make the armory difficult to access. So we could do staff room, security, armory. So there'd be like 3 different ways of getting in here. So I'm just debating how to do it at this point in time. So essentially what I want to do, so obviously the wall comes up to here. This will be the path coming in here like this. So we'll have a door here, and this can be a staff room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this will be a staff room here. It doesn't have to be particularly big, but then we can have a security at the back. So walk in here like that, essentially. So staff room at the bottom. Into the security. And then have an armory here. And then have that back as a pathway going around the outside. Something like that, maybe. So you've got to go through. If you're a prisoner, you have to bust through to the staff room, which would be staff only, then bust into security, then bust into the armory. Something like that. We did just have some new prisoners arrive. In fact, it was just the one, wasn't it? And there's no reputation here, so that's okay. I'm happy about that. That's all good and dandy. Excellent. Okay, there's our Max Secker over there. Jasmine Featherstone. What did she actually do to get in here? Murder. Multiple crimes. Ha! She was normal security, but she had actually already killed somebody before. So, it's not surprising. Should have looked that up before. It is what it is. Right. This cell block, however, is just about ready. So, we need to connect up the sinks here. Everything else is all good, though. So, we can now put in... well, firstly, I missed a bookshelf. There. Don't know how that happened. How did I miss that? Okay. But now we can put in the jail doors, of course. I also need to connect up those 2 doors to the remote sensor. So... this is one of the reasons why I like to start with 100,000 as well, just because normally when you're putting in these jail doors, you do tend to worry, you end up sort of burning through all your cash and whatnot. And yeah, it's kind of cool to manage the money. I think it's better in some regards to manage the money. It makes you think a little bit more. But at the same time, I kind of just want a more relaxed gameplay just to implement the sort of style of prison that I want to build. So it's just one of those, really. That's pretty much it. Right, door control system. Obviously, we need to connect up to here and to here. So now that guard can just open and close these doors at will. Do we provide an exit this side? I don't think we need one, because these guys can walk out there and across there, whereas I'm just going to provide a door here, which will ultimately be the way out, so... That should probably be fine, I think. I think that will be okay. Yeah, so the next bit is I'm just going to build this. Specifically, actually, is this bit here and this bit here, because this is obviously going to be outdoors. So what I think I will do is walls and doors. So we'll have the fence here. I'll preemptively build this fence. That's going to be building, so just a bit of fence there, because this is all going to be a building. And I think I might just complete this path. It's probably going to be better to just complete the path. But at the moment, that's kind of not what I want to do, because I want this path to run further down into this tile here. So I don't really want to complete this. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fence that in there. Could be worth having a path cut across here, but at the same time, we've got this one, and we don't need a staff one across here where we'll do it further down. So we'll seal all of this in, which means then basically what I can do is I can then knock this out here, so then prisoners can then use the full stretch of the land here. I can then build the chapel in here, which I think is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to build the chapel in there, and we'll get the spiritual guidance on the go. And then possibly down here might be classroom in that area there. And then we'll see about the rest of the cells, because obviously I do want to build another yard here. So yeah, I wanted to build another yard in this bit, didn't I? More cells, and then we'll figure out what else we want to do. Because we've got this slightly wonky wall here now. Oh, the protective custody lady is actually supposed to be... Are you supposed to be in the... Yeah, it is supposed to be her. That's obviously gone wrong there. For some reason she's... Yeah. That's gone hopelessly wrong. I don't know what's happened there, but that's obviously a fail with the... Right, okay, she's in the wrong... I don't know what's gone on there, but that's a waste of time. Lily over here, she was one of the first prisoners to get here. She is not going to be released. She was one of the original 4. So, yeah, fair enough. Okay, right, we can knock out this fence now. There we go. And we will build this bit in here. There we go. Excellent. Right, and we'll just have a... Saloon doors? Could go saloon doors. No, we'll just have a regular door. That'll be fine. Yeah. I like the saloon doors. They are good. What's happened with these cells? No canteens. It's here. What the hell's going on? They do. It's here. Yeah, what the fuck happened there? What the hell happened there? I have no idea what happened there. But that obviously screwed everything up big time. Yeah, okay, sure. Right, we completed the grant. So what we can now do is we can now mess around with the regime again. So we don't need too many eat times, do we? So let's go eat. So we want lock up, shower, eat. Then we want work free time, 1 free time, work free time, eat, free time, lock up, sleep. There we go. That will do. We don't really need the shower, that's the thing. So I'm just going to go into sleep and then straight into lock up and then to eat. So then we got 9 hours, potentially 10 hours of free time there. 7, 8 p.m. there, that's fine. Okay, so do we... Yeah, let's actually go with high quantity. We'll go with medium variety. see how we go with the finances. But yeah, otherwise we'll go with that, because if we can keep prisoners well fed, then I'm sure they'll be happy. So let's see how we get on here. Loads of people are shackled because obviously they're, for some reason, they need to be escorted here. It's because there was a bug going on there, so none of these people were able to eat. And yeah, it kind of just bugged out. I don't know what happened. Probably because we demolished the wall and then things changed. It tried to reallocate all of the food and it just didn't work. So I think that's what's happened there. And it's caused a bit of kerfuffle, but hey ho. Right, okay, so we're building this. We can actually allocate these rooms now. Okay, right, so we can go here. Oh, because of that! That's why. I see. Right, we completed the grant. It's this here, this knock-through. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It caused a load of hell. There's a bit of fencing in there. Of course. Yeah, yeah. Right. So that made sense. It tried to reallocate these guys to that canteen, and because of that fence, they can't get through. Similarly, that's what's going on here as well, I think. There we go. Yeah. For some reason... Oh, oops. No. You don't deserve a cell! Right, take her back out of here. Yeah, someone else is now going to put her back over there. That's really funny. Right, you need to be there as well. Yeah, there we go. Right, I just had to reallocate all of that. Okay, so 30 medium security prisoners are on their way. This could be good. Right. So yeah, now with logistics, that should mean, yeah, all of these guys are allocated over to there. Good. Okay, I think that's going to be sorted now. That was quite funny actually. Okay. We also need to build the solitary doors here, which we didn't do. So yeah, just a couple of solitary cells there would be fine. Cool. We should probably build a common room sometime as well, because this lady over here is a little bit volatile, isn't she? She just keeps causing trouble. We'll do a toilet search here whilst we're here. That's a good idea. Search. Actually hit the correct button this time. There we go. Search that toilet as well. There we go. Good. Right, but that's it for now then. So cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Matt the Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. Join me next time for more Prison Architect and our playthrough here with the female prison. See you later.